What is up, y'all? What's poppin', people?
What up?
I had a little bit of a technical difficulty there in the intro. It just been a week for Knicks and Lakers, so just thought we'd add to the fun on the show. But what's up, everybody? What's poppin'? Brandon, what's up, man?
What is up, my peeps?
Sad fan here.
This is me after going 0 dark 30 after the last 24 hours, and we will
get into that from those who see the thumbnail. Knicks lost today, so it's okay. We just, at the end of the day, when you think to yourself, damn, the Lakers suck, just think, you know what, Chris got it worse because the Knicks are a lot worse than we are. But what's good, everybody in the chat? I see Anthony Tucker, who's here right before the show. Noah Cahill, the homie. I got the man. Is that John? Oh, look at John Santos here. Chris Tiller, as always, showing up again, man.
What up, Chris, man? My fellow Laker fan. What up, man?
Yes. He understands the problems and the tribulations of being a Laker fan. But before we get into any of that negativity and stuff, breaking news. Beep, 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 beep. No.
That's not it. No. Try again.
There it is. And you can't hear it, Brandon. We're running it one more time. We got a 50-point game this week from the 50 God himself, the coast-to-coast MVP himself, James Eugene Harden. I don't know if Eugene's his middle name, but this man dropped another 50-piece, 58 on Miami, because he would not be outdone by the Dwayne Wade's last dance parade. My man dropped 58 on the Heat. That is our 14th. You guys can't see it. Let me get the board.
The 50 board MVP by far.
He by far. That's 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's 6 50-point games from the Harden. That is James. Number 14 for the year. The bets were like 12. Some people said 13. 25 was probably the highest bet. Me and Brandon sticking strong with our 50-50.
I mean, with 20-some-odd games,
Playoffs count.
Oh, playoffs count?
Playoffs count. No, 100%. 100%.
50-point games always happen in the playoffs.
Right, because, that's just how the NBA works, because the game doesn't slow down at all in the playoffs, so
no,
whatever.
Not at all.
But playoffs still count regardless if there's a random 50-point game. But, yeah, we out here. I like the new intro. Appreciate it, Craig. Appreciate it. Yeah, we debuted it last week. I'm very happy with it. I think it does a good job highlighting the Lakers and the Knicks very well. I feel your pain. Noah is talking to you, Brandon. He feels your pain. Kareem, what's it called? Beating the dead horse, saying at least the Knicks might get Zion.
This is the first thing I've eaten in 24 hours. And
food just tastes the same to me. I'm just upset.
It's all bland.
Me and CK need to see a therapist. High key, it's tough in these streets, man. Yeah. Hold up, y'all. Got new sound effects now. The come up been real. Oh no, we have sound effects. It's just wait for the real sound effects to show. We gonna have what's his name? We gonna have Toronto. We gonna have Kawhi up in here going. Yeah,
Can't wait.
We got all kinds of stuff coming, but CK needs to just have more time in his life to get things organized. That intro took up so much time, but that's not what we're here. We're not here to hear us complain and cry about personal stuff. You guys hear us to complain and cry about our basketball teams that are not doing so well right now. Brandon Ingram dunks on defender. NBA fans, New Orleans fans are going to love him. That's exactly what I was saying the entire time watching that game. I was saying it the other way around. I was saying New Orleans must be pissed because all the people that they were supposed to trade for have been playing well. And that is one problem I have with the Lakers right now. But we'll talk about that when we get to that. It's actually the first subject, so we'll get to that in a second. Briefly, I will mention my New York Knickerbockers being manhandled and bent over like a bad stepchild and smacked by the
Damn.
Los Angeles Clippers. It was that bad. 40 points. We were down 40 points.
But I'm assuming y'all brought it back to like 20, right?
We came back and we lost by 19 points. The lowest we were able to come back to was 18, I think. We got as low as 18. But then that was it. We got schmiggity schmacked. Crisscross. Shout out to Crisscross. It was bad. It was bad. So I just want to – what I'm trying to do is be a good friend. I'm trying to let it be known that the Knicks are still garbage this season. So then when we talk about the Lakers, Brandon won't feel as bad. I mean, he'll still be upset, but he won't feel as bad. Landry Shamet in the first quarter dropped 7 3-pointers on us.
Well, then.
Yeah. Or 6, excuse me.
Y'all decided not to guard that man today?
For what, bro, I've never seen so many open threes. And then he was starting to give the homies fadeaways. It was a rough time. Here, we gonna play some of those. Hold on, let me turn that off. We gonna play some of those highlights there for you guys. It's just been rough. Mitchell Robinson played well. I love people still trying to find some, but Moutier was the one that was literally keeping them afloat. Moutier, Mitch, and Trier were the only 3 that were doing anything. But rough game, man.
I saw. Whatchamacallit isn't playing. Is he hurt or
which one? DJ or Nigalina?
The Prince.
Yeah, that growing, bro. You know, growing injuries be nagging.
Oh yeah.
Sorry.
Yep.
I just realized LeBron.
They sure do.
That was, I swear on everything, that was unintentional.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that is.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, no,
Feeling shot.
Yo, that's hilarious. But yeah, man, my boy Knox still in his slump. DSJ did not play well either. Me and my little brother, went out with my little bro. Shout out to Nick if you ain't here. We were talking about in the warm-ups. We were wondering, like, there's got to be something wrong with Dennis Smith Jr., like, injury-wise. We don't know if it's his wrist or something. But he had a fast break, as you guys saw in the highlights there. He had a fast break, and he didn't go for the dunk. He just laid it in.
So, yeah. I saw that.
Yeah, so we weren't sure. And we're just with the hitch. A lot of people talking about the hitch in his shot. It just looks weird. Look very Markelle Fultz-ish. But, yeah, man.
Another one.
Yeah, I know, right? But other than, I mean, he's been playing fine up until the last few games, so I'm not tripping about it like that. But yeah, we were just a little worried about it. Man, Damian Dotson gave me 1 dot, and that was it right there. It was a rough game, guys. He gave me 1 dot. That was the only one the entire game. I was trying to say dot the entire time. But fun story. It's gonna be in the video. We were sitting behind Shai Gilgeous-Alexander's mom the entire game. She was really cool. We didn't even know it was his mom until like the end of the game when Nick, because she said something like, you know, because you play hoops in AAU. So she said something that sounded very mom specific. So Nick just was like, and he looked up Shai's mom, and that was her. So then he's like, yo, Chris, yo, man, that's Shai's mom. Because we're talking to her and joking the whole time. She was hilarious. But we didn't know. We were just there because me and Nick are just very, loud. He with his Clippers. I'm there with my Knicks. That's how we've always been when it comes to our teams. And our section was a little quiet. But she was in it, like most basketball moms are. But we didn't think of that. We just thought she was just a Clipper fan. So we're just joking, going back and forth. She's giving me a hard time for being a Knicks fan, but at the same time, still praising our young guys and this and that. And then, Nick looked it up. And to find out that it was his mom, and she had his little sister with him too, so that was really cool. So that was a cool experience for that game, even though the Knicks got trashed.
It's all right, man. Yeah, welcome to the club.
Yeah, man. Frankie didn't play. The Nigalina's in the chat. Yeah, me and Nick were calling him that all day today because of Steph Curry. Good old Frank Nigalina, man. Anyways, so that happened. That was the game. There's gonna be a video, if not tomorrow, on Tuesday, about today's game. It was a vlog-ish video, so hopefully it'll be entertaining, even though we got trashed. Yeah, that's all I would like to talk about the Knicks for the rest of the show, please. Thank you. All right. I mean, no, we'll talk about other stuff. I'm talking about as far as
we could talk about other teams too. We could talk about.
We're gonna talk about other teams.
Charlotte. We can talk about.
Actually, I think we're not mentioning Charlotte. Charlotte's not on my list because we have a fun list of stuff here on the docket. You know what I'm saying? Episode 17, guys. Remember that fact I gave you, Brandon, about how podcasts don't make it On average,
Episode
like
7.
7. Look at us 10 episodes over. We out here in these streets, man. Look at us 10 episodes over. We out here in these streets, man. Audio coming soon. Audio only coming soon along with the video. We out here trying to grow. Next thing you know, we going to have real sponsors by real carrot companies and by real whatever else we've been advertising.
Speaking of sponsors.
My sponsor seems a little bit more important than yours.
Jolly Time?
G Fuel?
Anyways.
That's not even a good popcorn, bro.
This is the Blasto butter kind. Are you kidding me?
That's not even the good ones, bro. What's the the movie theater one? Get I will go in my kitchen to get my popcorn.
Somebody go get this man.
Jolly
go help this man. Let him know. Let him know.
Whatever. Jolly popcorn is not all that. Anyways, we gonna jump into we can get right into it. Yo, CK, was the comeback real? No. I mean, Noah Vonleh tried really hard. And that's the extent of that conversation. No, Moutier did well. Y'all know how I feel about Moutier. Moutier was trying. Him and Mitch seemed like the only ones that cared. Trier started hitting some shots, but the comeback was a fake comeback. I miss Linsanity times. Me too, man. To an extent. I like Jeremy Lin. I still root for him.
That means you got to bring back D'Antoni.
That's why I said to an extent, because then I realized what it took. And Kenny Atkinson is unavailable. He's coaching the Nets, so I don't think Linsanity will come back. Sup CK Suck Brandon? What's up, Melvin? What's good, homie? Did you talk about the Lakers aren't making the playoffs? That is our actual next subject, and that is a perfect segue into AMC popcorn. Thank you, John. That's what I was talking about. AMC popcorn is the best popcorn. Brandon, get out of here. You can get the movie theater butter version or just get extra butter. Or if you want to be healthy and get the 2%, get the 2%. It still tastes fire. AMC popcorn. Are you popping the corn? Boom. See, look, we can sell stuff out here, brands.
Are you popping the corn?
we can sell stuff. Look, man, I don't know their slogan, but if that's their slogan, it sounded convincing. I'm out here, man. Look, brands, look. Coast to coast, ladies and gentlemen. Like, we can sell things. All right, let's get into your very, very good Lakers. 2 games happened this weekend, back-to-backs. One against a playoff team, one against a not playoff team. Shout out to the Lakers for helping us out and us not helping them out. That backfired. The joke was the Knicks were supposed to pause the tank, beat the Clippers to help the Lakers make the playoffs so they can get the easy win against the Suns. So it would be a win-win situation because it won't hurt us, but it would help them. But nope, all that happened was the Knicks continued to plummet to getting Zion Williamson while the Lakers plummet with us and keep losing games. Because the Lakers lost a close one against the Milwaukee Bucks that I really thought you guys were going to pull off. But LeBron James said, no, I got this one, boys. While Brandon Ingram was like, yo, I was out here in these streets running the game. He said, no, I'm LeBron. I do what I want. So then the Bucks beat y'all, and then Phoenix just. That's a story for another day. No, actually, story for today. Brandon, what happened in that Phoenix game? I couldn't believe what I was seeing when I saw the score. MH came in hot. Homies, I'm here. What's up, Noah, my brother Brandon, my dude. Right on time.
Like. I don't even know where to start. I as I was recording my video earlier today, that's gonna be up tomorrow.
Look at you, depressed. He's just gonna sit there eating his jolly popcorn.
It took me like I think I sat down for a good 2 or 3 minutes, like just trying to get my thoughts together and like try and visualize what happened, what went wrong, like where did it all begin with, and
But you guys were down for a minute too, man.
For a minute,
the entire game.
Yes,
I didn't watch this one. I only saw the Bucks game. I did not watch this game. I woke up.
There were points where we were down by 20, bro.
Wow, that's Lonzo's future team right there, bro.
You stop right there. don't make me more depressed than what I heard.
You stop right there.
and like. Thank God I had Derek to, able to try and phase me out of it, because that's what I was thinking of the entire time. I was playing Apex with Derek, and
Oh, you got him to transition over to Apex. Look at this.
Yeah, he played a little bit. He played a little
Good
bit.
for him, man.
But geez, it's just I don't know. I don't think LeBron can save this team. Nor do I think LeBron can just bring a team. Like, you know how we always say LeBron can always like make any team a playoff team.
Yeah.
I don't think he can in the West. Doesn't help that he's older either. Doesn't help that he got an injury. Doesn't help that he doesn't
it's
like.
Just a weird team though, man. Like, because that's the thing. Because people, if it's not LeBron's fault, people then want to blame the young core. But here's the thing: LeBron and the young core are playing very well. But it's the other piece. The intangibles just don't make sense. Like, you know what I'm saying? Reggie Bullock, poor guy. If he was there from the jump, he probably would have fit better. But then you got Josh Hart, who Josh Hart is falling off. KCP, who wants to play, very J.R. Smith-ish. You know what I'm saying? And then no one else. Unless you're a Laker fan, you don't know who else is playing. You know what I'm saying? JaVale McGee can give you only so much, even though he had a good start to the season. Lonzo's not there, so you don't have that actual real point guard that does things.
He had the flu, and he hasn't played well since the flu.
That's it. That's very true.
That has to be the strongest flu known to mankind. The man started trying to
strongest. That has to be the
it doesn't make sense.
Flu. That's true because he missed those games. You're right.
He missed 3 games with the flu.
Hasn't been the same since.
And that man had been trying to do between the leg passes.
Facts.
3-point. What he was doing 3-pointers before he got sick. But
JaVale McGee been y'all Noah Vonleh. Because Noah Vonleh started the season looking like an all-star. And then Noah Vonleh just exactly like you
plummet.
Said, he just realized like, yo, I got a 3-point shot now. That's all I'm shooting. I mean, mind you, today Noah Vonleh turned on the muscle and he looked like old Noah Vonleh from the beginning of the season. But yeah, JaVale McGee, you're right, just disappeared since he came back from the flu. He's still a what's it called, rim protector, which has been good for you guys, but
he's a weak side, help side protector.
Yes, there you go. That is way better to say. Way to put it. Yes,
he is not somebody that's literally going to hold down the paint for you for 32, 35 minutes. Yeah. He is a 20-minute player, and that I'm talking like 20 minutes tops. More like 15. That's it. Like, there's a reason why Shaq was all like, JaVale McGee. All right. Tyson Chandler ain't got no back no more. Okay.
Tyson, it's a shame to look. Tyson Chandler looked like he was his outer appearance looked like Tyson Chandler of old, but man, that dude his body is like breaking down. Poor guy.
Rajon Rondo.
Rondo hasn't done anything.
There's times where I'm like, man, I'm happy Rondo's on the floor. And then there's other times I'm like, get the hell off the floor, bro. Because now all of a sudden teams are really, they're playing like Ben Simmons on him.
Yes.
So now he's just like, well, I guess I got to shoot it. And teams are like, yeah, go ahead, shoot it. You're like less than 30% from the 3-point line. We will live with that.
We are fine.
You should have seen the Pelicans game. He shot like 6 threes, made maybe one. I'm like, why you keep letting them fly? And then he had the nerve to say, shoot. You're not a shooter. You're not a shooter.
You ain't a shooter. Man.
That's like telling me, Brandon, just keep shooting your shot. I'm not a shooter, bro.
Yeah.
I'm not a shooter.
It's like, forget going to the rim because that's what you're strong at. No, keep shooting, B. Man,
I'm gonna shoot a 15-footer. I can make that. I know for a fact I can make that. I ain't gonna throw up no 20, 25
He really said shoot.
He really did. Like,
there is something wrong with the Lakers. Before we keep going with the Lakers, I want to read some of this chat because a lot of people putting the blame on LeBron, and I'm curious to see what. It's called non-existent defense. That is accurate. Wait, the Suns won. Nice. Yes, the Suns beat the Lakers. Yes, Lakers in the tankathon now. They looking like they want to get a part of this lottery. I don't know who they gonna get and where they gonna be.
KZ.
Yeah, you can get me and Nick were talking about that. Y'all can get KZ. That would work. because y'all, more forwards are what you guys need. Is the issue Luke, LeBron not playing D, doing a lot of crap? See, look, I'm not on. I'm gonna sound like such a Bron sexual, but I'm not on board of the LeBron fault factor. I don't think this is.
No,
LeBron's
he has
fault.
some blame for it.
He has some, but it's not. LeBron's not the first person I'm thinking about. LeBron will probably be the third excuse. LeBron has not played defense in regular season games since Miami. This is not new. This is nothing new. He's been able to coast through it before. This is nothing new. It's just now when you're on a young team like this, it's just now we're seeing it more. Mm-hmm. But there's more factors to that.
That hasn't had like a star.
Exactly.
Winning expectations.
And like you said, to start this whole conversation, now he in the West. So and as we saw in Milwaukee, and as we saw, was it before Milwaukee that he started playing defense, and people were like, oh, there's LeBron over trying now to prove us wrong. I think it was the New Orleans game.
Pelicans.
It was the Pelicans game, and then in Milwaukee he did the same thing. He's playing good defense. The man's averaging damn near triple double since he come back from his injury. I don't know what else you want from him. B.I.'s doing his part. B.I. is who was the dubbed second fiddle guy from the beginning of the season. Picked it up. And LeBron said it was late, which is true. Would have been nice if this happened earlier on. But I mean, honestly, there's just something mentally up with y'all team, man. It's just, and sadly, that's only something. And I know something you don't want to hear, but that's sadly something that a firing can fix, where you just have new blood. You could have the same roster, but just since you have a new general at the regime, on the regime, that just changes everything,
Yeah. I no longer am feeling sad if we have
Luke
to
gets fired.
Because as much as I like Luke, and I think Luke will be a successful coach someday in the league,
100%.
Somewhere coaching, he has too big of a brain. Basketball IQ to not be successful. But I think he's lost some control of the locker room. Somebody there is, I'll say some.
That's
because
nice.
I still think B.I. and Kuz are still like, yeah, that's my guy. Like majority of the young players, I think they'll say, maybe
except
not
for
Lonzo.
Yeah.
But majority of the young guys, they would say that's our guy.
Okay.
But I don't know why the vets people say that, because he played in the NBA and he wasn't that good. That's why people don't respect him.
I was hearing that to me that's a weak.
Tyronn Lue
right. That's a
backup
weak
for majority of his career, then played in Orlando and didn't do a damn thing. But yet LeBron
had the most respect for him. Yeah,
100%. Who's another player coach?
There's a lot of them, but a lot of them were good. Doc Rivers, but he was good.
But
he was good. We can go down that list. Didn't Atlanta play? No, he didn't.
Rick Carlisle?
Rick Pearson played. Rick Carlisle, but Rick Carlisle was okay. He wasn't Luke Walton. Luke Walton never. He had that one triple double, and he was a part of the Laker championship teams. But we can't say Luke was the. Yes,
I don't know what you're talking about. Luke was the brains of that operation.
Okay, see, this is why I can't take you serious, bro.
But like you said, I think
Steve Kerr, he played his role.
Yeah,
I guess Steve Kerr would be but see, Steve Kerr is more like a Derek Fisher to me. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like he was still key to the teams he was on. Not saying Luke wasn't. But
Luke was like that locker room presence.
Yeah, you can even argue that Derek Fisher was more key than Luke Walton was. Probably not even a debate.
No, he was.
Not even a debate. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think Steve Kerr was that for the Bulls.
But you gotta judge. You gotta put the blame in order, and I put it down at Magic.
Me too.
Second, Luke.
Me too.
And then I'll put the players.
Yeah. But I'm not. But I'm gonna be real with you. I'm not the young core. Y'all young core. They're not. I don't have any blame on them. They've been doing everything they were supposed to do. Sure, Kuz was probably missing some shots, but at the same time, Kuz was being aggressive. His defense, sure, lacking. But Brandon Ingram has done what he needs to do. You know what I'm saying? Josh Hart needs to figure out his crap. But so I guess, and Alonzo's been injured. But at the same time, when you're looking at the top of the depth chart, or excuse me, the box score and everything, Kuzma's still up there. B.I. God, I forgot Josh Hart's on your team, so I take back that. Maybe there's a little bit of blame. Josh Hart just has not been existent at all.
He's been non-existent since December.
Yeah, I forgot he was on that team, so that completely destroys my argument.
I love Josh, but like, bro, I
don't think it's him. I think he just
saw
doesn't
him
fit.
make his first 3.
Yeah, against the Bucks. I just watched it
in like 2 or 3 months. Like.
Even Doris was like, even he's feeling like that. He said, finally. I was like, dang, Doris, you have to do that to them like that.
It's
Luke Walton needs to go. So actually, yeah, let me read. Shout out to John E for joining the crew, man. Welcome. Thanks for the subscription. Let me go back. Let me go. We talk about Luke Walton. I want to hear what you all have to say about Luke Walton. Chris Tiller said, bad choice of wording, Brandon. What? Oh, damn, I don't remember.
What I say? Was it a pause moment?
Damn, it was probably a pause moment. I just don't remember.
Damn.
Whatever. Kareem, shout out to Kareem, by the way. This dude's been a subscriber for forever on my channel. He said, it's true. Magic was never that good of a GM, in my opinion. I won't say that. I will say this season is Magic's fault. I'll give you that. But Magic was the reason that Kuzma's a Laker. Okay? Magic was probably the spearhead reason why LeBron is a Laker. What else? 'Cause we already Josh Hart.
As a whole, the Lakers. When Magic became the president, there just seemed to be a vibe.
Everything
to match with Magic. Mm-hmm. Yeah, Magic brings a whole different flow to the game and to just people of LA that are Laker fans. You know, when you see Magic, you're like, oh. You just want to clap for him, bro. He won't do anything. You just want to be happy for him because he's there. Mm-hmm. Magic does that for anybody.
Magic has always been the unofficial president for the Lakers. It's just now he finally has the actual title.
Yes, you know what I mean? And there's comes the good and the bad.
That's what I was gonna say. All this is just because Magic has had no experience as a president. This is his first. This is his first go around. So I feel like this season it's unfortunate for LeBron. But this is probably the first, like, oopsie on Magic's career. Now, do they turn that around? Do they learn from that? Do they make a turnaround in the offseason? We'll find that out. We'll see what happens. But, yes, I would entirely put the blame on Magic and Rob Pelinka because you guys botched the free agency outside of LeBron. Yes, 100%. Outside of LeBron, instead of doing what works, and meshing with the young core and with LeBron and getting guys that are shooters and defenders, you guys said no. We got a different strategy, and then
Magic was literally competing with Cleveland when Cleveland was already botched. Mm-hmm. He said, we don't want to be Cleveland. We're gonna have playmakers all around, and we're gonna have tough, gritty guys.
Yeah. Damn, shout out to 63, yo. What, man? Shoot, man. Shout out to 63 in the chat, yo. Go give it to you guys, but yeah, 100%. All I can say is, I just feel like y'all just gotta wade through. How are you feeling about the playoff race? You think it's over? That Bucks one seems like it just hurt. Suns just fuel to the fire, but
my heart tells me there's still a chance, but my brain's telling me.
Oh, I think it should be the other way around because there is definitely still a chance. But the heart is you just like, come on, man. Please, guys.
Like, the hope will always still be there. Like, because injuries happen. Injuries are always, man, as bad as we've been hit with injuries, somebody else just break a kneecap. But
yeah.
Like, some
I get what you're saying. That's going to help you guys. But that's the thing, though. It's like, you guys are losing. But we're also not realizing that outside of today and the game before, the Clippers have not been – they've been losing a little bit. Sacramento's been losing. Spurs have been losing. So it's like you're not completely out of it yet because those teams are losing too. Sadly, they have not reached the 30 mark on the loss column yet. But, it just feels like the walls are crumbling on you guys now because it's such an urgent thing for the Lakers to make the playoffs right now that people are thinking, well, if they're losing now, there's no way they're going to win at all for the rest of the season. Lonzo still hasn't come back. We don't know how that's going to be when he comes back. That could be negative. It could be negative trying to work him back into it, or it could be a positive. It's just like Lonzo just comes back, which he probably won't do, but comes back and just continues to play exactly how he was playing right before the injury. But y'all, it's gonna be interesting to see. I'm not ready for a LeBron-less playoff. So that selfishly, I do want him in. Mind you, I understand he goes and you guys play the Warriors, and then it ends up being a waste of time, anyways.
I would still go do that. I would still go if
Yeah,
we play the Warriors in the first. I would still want that.
yeah,
No matter if we get swept, in 5 games or whatever the case may be.
yeah.
Laker playoffs is still Laker playoffs at the end of the day.
Melvin, CK, my brain says we can make the playoffs. Melvin, you need to go see a doctor, my brother. I don't know what brain you got screwed in there. Uncle CK is here to tell you we ain't making the playoffs. Okay? All right. We're just going to take our L this year, and we're going to make that push next year. Because 35 going to be on the team. Can I get a bam, bam, bam? I was playing. All right. Kings greater than the Lakers. Debatable. How much of a coincidence is it that the Kings could be the team that is the reason King LeBron may not be the playoffs? That would be pretty ironic. I like what you did there. CK, what's up? Knox doing his low percentage volume shooting, mellow impersonation. Knox has looked bad on both sides of the ball. Has me concerned. I'm not concerned at all. But yes, he has not been playing well right now. Hit the rookie wall. It's tough. He's 19. He'll figure it out. I'm not tripping. We saw the best of Kevin Knox in summer league and in December, and now we're seeing the worst of it. It's a year of runs. That's what happens. Look at Mo Bamba. Like Kuzma said, he plays for the Magic, so no one talks about him. But Mo Bamba started off the season trash. He picked it up a little bit after the injury.
He's starting to figure it out.
Yeah, exactly. That's just how it happens when you have kids in the NBA. I'm not tripping. I've seen what Knox can be, so I know it's gonna happen.
It's gonna be worse when they allow 18-year-olds up in there.
Yeah, but that's fine because we know what we signed up for. But then we'll have those Zions coming in and they'll be fine. I'm not worried about it. It's just like fans are gonna be, and the internet's gonna be crucifying them. But when the guys that go to the Magic and stuff straight out of the draft, at 18 years old, and then it's year 5 and they're 25, 23 years old, and then they finally blossom. But at least they're in Orlando incubating because no one was hearing about them, and then boom, next thing you know, Orlando got an all-star. So I look, it'll work. I'd rather that than these kids go to college for 2 years, and then either A, not be the player that they were at the time, or B, they have that injury and then they have to stay out 4 years and they just never. I don't know. I just rather them come straight out. There's no benefit of waiting.
Unless your mom raised you right and you want to go get your 4 years. No, I'm just kidding.
No, but you can though. You could still do that while being in the league. Look at Steph Curry. Steph Curry went to the pros, but he still was finishing his education at Davidson.
No, he had only a year left when he left.
Facts.
So,
but he's just one example of many.
Oh, true.
CK look like Moutier more than actual Moutier. I don't have the big ass lips that Moutier has, but I'll take the compliment. Unless I know, actually, I take that back. It's not gonna be a compliment to you guys because I have the Moutier trolls in the chat. He has too big of a brain, Brandon Brooks. Why CK look like Moutier? Jesus Christ, guys, I don't look like Moutier.
I'm telling y'all, that's Paul George right there.
See, and there it is.
Paul George and Andre Iguodala having a baby. Bam.
Paul George is the one I get a lot, especially working at the Fumble. Like when new people come through, they're like, you know who you look like? I'll be like, your mama. I'm like, no, Paul George. Anyways, what's going on? So what's good, Delano? How you doing, bro? Welcome to the chat, Delano. Oh my gosh, Angel loved that. You're like, yeah, man, I see it. Is it me or is Luca super inconsiderate, always joking about how fortunate he was to play in your? No, it's fine.
Oh, why would it be inconsiderate?
I don't think it's inconsiderate at all. He's just smart. He was in a better situation, and he's right. Like he didn't have to go through the college. That wasn't inconsiderate. That's just he is not wrong.
If you don't want to play for the NCAA,
Brandon Jennings,
Europe is
our boy Emmanuel Moutier. It's good. People have done it. What's good, CKMB? What's up, Delano? How you doing, bro? Knicks all day. Let them know, Mike. I'm going to be honest. Moutier doesn't fit with us. Jesus Christ. Okay, well, get in line because there's a whole line of Moutier haters on the Knicks. Right now, I will agree because of the Dennis Smith Jr. trade, but long term, but before the trade, I think we could have brought him in to be our backup. But we'll see what happens because we could have 5-point guards and not know what to do because the Knicks could be stupid enough to draft Ja Morant.
The new Phoenix Suns.
It could happen because the Knicks can watch us get the third pick and the Knicks draft Ja Morant because he's the best available compared to getting freaking. I've said I don't want to talk about the Knicks, so I'm not talking about that right now because I'm just gonna cry. I just remembered we have Frank Ntilikina. Yeah, we still have Frank Ntilikina, man. He's still on the roster. I just want him to come back. I miss Frankie. If Trae Young started out strong, he would be strong considered for rookie of the year. A lot of people have him as rookie of the year now. People think he's stealing it over Luka.
Because Luka got hurt.
And Luka, yeah, he's been missing games, man. I still think it's Luka, but I don't think it's crazy that Trae Young's in the conversation at all. If we restarted the season with the same roster, we would be in the playoff. Debatable.
Wait, what?
Debatable.
He
said if we had restarted the season with the current roster we have, we'd be in the playoffs, and I'd say debatable because we're younger.
Oh, you're talking about your roster.
The Knicks, yeah, we're younger. Yeah, we're healthier than the team that we came in the season with, but to an extent, mainly because KP was out. But I don't know. I don't think so. Let's get Cam. Mike, preach it to the choir, boy. Preach it to the choir. If we have that third or fourth pick, I want Cam Reddish. All right. Let's anything else with the Lakers before we move on for that? We talked about fall. Oh, I have a question for you, Brandon. Put your GM hat on. How you fix this? What do you do? And be realistic. Don't be like, well, you simply just trade for Anthony Davis and sign Kevin Durant. It's easy. No, be realistic.
After I'm done crying because we sucked this season, I think you have to be obviously in the market for shooters. Problem with Cleveland and LeBron's last year there was you had too many players that played the same exact way. You have Rodney Hood and Jordan Clarkson, same player.
Jordan Clarkson. Anyways, continue.
Missing tattoos, yeah. J.R. Smith and well, I guess he could fit that mold too, as Jordan Clarkson and Rodney Hood. Kyle Korver was the standstill guy, couldn't move his feet on defense as much. You
say that, but he out there balling in Utah. He is a
he's balling. I'm saying, but like teams are gonna attack him. Like Houston would be like, "Oh, give me a pick and roll right quick."
Yeah, and the difference between Cleveland and Utah is they are doing that, but the thing is, attack them, but then you get past him and who's down there waiting for him. Exactly.
But I think you need to get players that are either you get 3-and-D players or you get shooters, which I mean is still the same thing as 3-and-D. But I would go for 3-and-D players.
Watch y'all steal Damian Dotson. Because he's gonna
be nice.
I'd be so pissed if Damian Dotson became a Knick or a Laker.
And we just need a bunch of guys that are they know their place in the NBA. They've figured it out. If I'm going to be successful, I need to do this every single night. And Lance Stevenson, not to throw him in there, but I feel really bad. Hopefully that he's doing this. Michael Beasley.
What about Lance Stevenson?
Lance Stevenson is not consistent.
Oh, okay.
Lance Stevenson still, there'll be nights where he thinks he's the guy.
Personally, I'm still giving him minutes over some of these other dudes that are playing.
And you have to, under the circumstances.
I don't understand. That's another gripe I have with Luke. Sorry, I don't mean to cut you off, but just what game was it when Lance was going off in the first half and then didn't even get on the floor in the second half?
There's been a number of games. So
okay, well then I guess my point made right there. I don't even need to continue. Continue. Go ahead. Rebuild the team. Sorry.
And I don't think Lance has done that. Who else did we sign?
You guys signed Rondo, McGee, Lance.
McGee came into this season. I think he really thought that I've made it. Like I'm back on the spotlight.
And he played like it too. He played with
He
hella
did.
confidence at the beginning of the season. You can't get mad at him. But like you said, that flu just had the Monstars got him.
Knocked all of his defensive abilities out.
Now he's looking like Washington, JaVale McGee.
Yeah. But I would strongly suggest that if we can't get us another star, I think the Lakers need to go.
There you go, Kareem. The Memphis game. Thank you. That's what
Memphis. We need to get players that know their role and they're not going to be going above and beyond because we don't need those players, and they need to be, and those players need to be open that, okay, I might get 10 minutes today, I might not play the next game.
But you guys got the wrong egos for that kind of attitude.
Exactly right now, and it shows, unfortunately.
Yep. A lot of truth being said in the chat. I'm reading the chat as Brandon talks. A lot of truth. Tim Hardaway Jr. Look, you joke. Tim Hardaway Jr. is a younger J.R. Smith, and he would thrive with LeBron James. You can joke all you want, because to me, I know a lot of Knicks fans are gonna have my head for saying what I'm about to say, but to me, I feel like offensively, with LeBron James in the right spots, I feel like he would be more offensively consistent than Kentavious Caldwell-Pope. But the problem is KCP, when he's ready and when he wants to, is a solid defender as well. So he does more for you. But I personally feel like on the offensive end, LeBron James would love Tim Hardaway Jr. But he's on contract. Don't worry about him. You don't want that contract in LA, so that's a conversation that we never need to have ever again. Got the guillotine ready? Yeah, I already know. People gonna have my head rolling. Tim Hardaway Jr. consistent on offense? See, have you ever watched the Knicks game? Like, I get it. I know we get hit. But here's my thing. God, I can't believe I'm defending Tim Hardaway Jr. Remember Tim Hardaway Jr. last season when KP was healthy? That was the best version of Tim Hardaway Jr. I have ever seen in my entirety of watching him play as a New York Knick. Because he played off the ball really well. He let the offense come to him. He realized that KP is the go-to guy. Look at any highlight. Look at my old videos. I broke those down to the T with him. And I feel like now in a more extended version, LeBron James is a facilitator on top of being the star player, that he's going to get Tim Hardaway into his sets and get Tim Hardaway into his spots. And I feel like he would do better. I don't know why I'm defending this because it's probably never going to happen, but it's just a thought in my brain. Anyways, Lakers need Gilbert Arenas. Lakers should have got Gilbert Arenas when they had the
Lakers need Jesus Christ at this moment.
Yeah, okay. Lakers need a duo.
We need Gonda. We need Gandhi.
Mm-hmm. Lakers need the Madden replay button.
We need all of that.
Yeah, 100%. Luke rotation is as bad as fit. Stop. Okay. See, they you say reckless things like that, talking about fit stupid videos. Look,
I think rotation wise, you have to understand under the circumstances for both the Knicks and the Lakers. When you are dealt with certain players and you deal with them for an entire year, there's no one else that you could just throw in there. Yeah, I understand that Luke Walton's his substitutions have been ES as of late. If not the whole season.
Thank you. You gonna respect Lonzo Ball? Like sorry, continue. That irritated. Go ahead.
But sometimes as a coach, and like I don't know if anybody has coached personally, but sometimes you just want to.
Coach, I miss coaching. Continue. Sorry, go ahead.
Sometimes you just want to throw something out and see if it works. Yeah. Sometimes there's a feel out phase for a player. Sometimes you'll have a short leash on them, and then in other games you'll have a long leash on them. Mm-hmm. All great coaches do this, and not to say Luke Walton is going to be is a great coach, but I'm sure he had to do a lot of that this season with injuries, with egos, with front office, saying that he's not our guy and blah 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 blah. Mm-hmm. Like there's other factors as to the reason why Luke Walton has done some of his substitutions. Will it ever make sense to any of us?
No,
probably not.
No.
But it's a real thing that every coach has to go through, and I'm sure there's days of fizz where you just like, what?
Yeah, because that's the thing. Again, a lot of Knicks fans are very impatient, so they they ridicule Fizdale as if he was coaching a playoff team. You know what I'm saying? So obviously, you have rotations where you have your best guys in the end of games and stuff like that. But instead, Fizdale would put like Cornette out there, and it's like, why is Cornette out there? We're down by 4 points. Put freaking Knox back in so we can get this game. But so the people are judging Fizdale as if he was coaching a playoff team when he is not coaching a playoff team. He's coaching a rebuilding team. So he's putting exactly like Brandon just said. He's putting out the sets that he's trying to see what sets work in a situation like this, because he does not have a playoff team that needs to make the playoffs. So we're down by 4 with 7 minutes left. Yes, Kevin Knox should easily go on right now and give me some points. No, let me put Luke Cornette, and see how he works with Henry Ellison. And people, it's so irritating. Knicks fans are just destroying Fizdale, talking about we need to fire him. It's like, no, he is coaching a rebuilding team. Anyways, yeah, I'm just glad hearing what you had just said. Sadly, it was about a coach that is coaching a playoff team when it matches better for Fizdale, who is coaching a rebuilding team. But anyways, like I said, when we have KD and we have guys and stuff, people are going to be singing a different tune about Fizdale next year, so I'm just not letting it bother me. But yes, about Luke Walton, I agree with that, but my only problem with that is when it is this point in the season and you're still doing that, you're still trying to figure out what rotations work with what, that's rough.
Then that's on him. Either his staff is not, a bunch of yes mans, or Luke doesn't have the confidence in himself to say, oh, you're going to sit the hell down today and probably for the next couple of games because you haven't been producing for me, Luke is like, I can already tell he's one of those guys where like, oh yeah, I remember back in the day we would play it. We used to talk here and there. Yeah, all right, guy. Like he's one of those guys like the back in the day.
Yeah, I get what you're saying.
I remember the old times. He's one of those dudes that wants to be very friendly to everybody. I'm like that too. I'm not gonna lie. So I understand where he's coming from, but you can't be that for an 82 season or with the LeBron James 81 game season. So, or is it 82?
82 games, but it's okay.
82.
I knew what you meant.
Yeah. So he's probably gonna be gone. I hate to see it, but you hate to see it.
But you do. But yeah, right. I saw somebody preaching to my my heartstrings, even though now I feel like it's not gonna happen as much as I thought by the trade deadline. But Ralph said Knicks should go after Lonzo. I've been a part of that train for forever. Right now, I don't know if I'm on that train anymore because it just doesn't seem as likely. But yeah, moving off of that. Lakers need to check the availability of Jason Kidd as the next head coach. My problem is, why Jason Kidd? Why Jason Kidd over Ty Lue? Because basically, whoever you get as your coach, you need somebody that is a good yes man to LeBron James.
Please don't. Please. There's a reason why nobody's asking interviews for Jason Kidd.
Yeah, Jason Kidd needs to go to a team. Jason Kidd is the perfect coach for Phoenix, a team that just doesn't know what they're doing but have a bunch of young players. So Jason Kidd can go coach that. Like when I felt like the Nets was perfect for him when he was there because it was a young team. I mean, yes, he had the vets, he had Paul Pierce and stuff like that. But then when it got to the point where it was just the younger guys, and then that's when he decided to jump ship and go to Milwaukee. I don't know, Jason Kidd. He could be a good coach, but he should have gone through the assistant coaching wire first because Jason Kidd has the mind, but he I don't know. That's what I don't know. We'll see. Jason Kidd would be good for Lonzo. Bruh, anybody that's not named Luke Walton would be good for Lonzo Ball.
It's unfortunate, but it's true.
All I'm saying is, look, man, Lonzo can come to the Knicks. We got Coach.
All right, what's the next topic?
Coach Buchler on our team, the guy that loves Lonzo Ball.
What's going on with
it could be a
Orlando Magic
moment
what are they doing?
Over again. What happens when Kenny Atkinson was the assistant coach when we had Jeremy Lin? Linsanity. Okay, we got Coach Judd. I can't say his last name, Buchler. He's our assistant coach. He was y'all assistant coach. Better yet, he was y'all head coach in the summer league when Lonzo popped off on him. Just bring Lonzo to New York, and we have Lonzo's sanity. I can't. Anyway,
You can't even get it out.
Ball sanity. I can't. I have nothing. Anyways, I'm done.
That ball sanity. Pause.
You're
Pause.
right. Yeah, that's weird. Ball sanity. Pause. Anyways, Ty Lue is LeBron's main coach. He makes LeBron make his own decisions and makes everyone around LeBron a shooter. Correct. As well as he's good in the locker room. And I think that also accompanies letting LeBron do what LeBron does, but then also still gains the trust and because look at every player on the Cavaliers team loved Ty Lue. Every single one of them had his back. But then he's also able to put LeBron in the position to be LeBron James and do what LeBron does, and that's pretty much coach and control the team. So it just makes sense. Anyways. I'm cool on Lonzo. Well, that's the reason why a lot of people are cool on Lonzo Ball, and that's not enough for me. His dad is not on the court, and his dad can say whatever he has to say in the media. Whatever he says is not sermon, so it doesn't bother me. Just because LeVar Ball will go on camera and say that Michael Jordan was trash and never was a good basketball player, does that make it facts? No. I don't care if it's out there. Is that affecting Lonzo Ball's game? No, it's not. I move off of it. But it doesn't matter because, again, that's another situation that's probably not going to happen. So I'm not going to push that. But all I'm saying is if it becomes real again, Brandon,
Nope.
I'm going to be here, okay? And I'm going to have a video ready.
I will hate New York as much as I hate Boston. Okay?
Man, you would have I would buy you and myself Lonzo Ball New York jerseys. I don't care if you wear it. You don't have it in your closet. You would not, though.
How? Why? Why wouldn't I?
Because I just know you, bro. You're not burning it. You know why I know you won't burn it? Because you like Lonzo Ball, so you wouldn't burn it. It's the same reason why you have a LeBron James Cavaliers jersey before he was even a Laker.
Because I enjoyed LeBron.
And you don't enjoy Lonzo Ball?
I enjoy Lonzo. Doesn't mean I like New York.
That doesn't matter. Do you like? So you're a Cleveland Cavaliers fan?
I like New York City.
Do you like Cleveland
I
Cavaliers?
do not. Huh?
Do you like the Cleveland Cavaliers?
No.
Then why? Okay,
like
so that's a
LeBron.
stupid argument.
And
you don't like Lonzo Ball?
If I knew how to sew, I would be taking.
You'd be taking out all the red stitch and putting all the purple.
Knew. Matter of fact, someone in the chat sent me a link to how to sew and patch over some stuff.
No, Ralph, I am not trading Kevin Knox for Lonzo Ball. Here's the thing: Lonzo Ball will turn Kevin Knox into Kuzma all over again. Tell me I'm wrong. Tell me I'm wrong. Tell me I'm wrong. Brandon, tell me I'm wrong. Tell me I'm wrong. I'm serious. Tell me I'm wrong. He's laughing because he knows it's true. Tell me I'm wrong. Tell me Lonzo Ball would not get Kuzma get Knox looking like Kuzma. Tell me I'm wrong. Tell me I'm wrong, Brandon. I need you to say, Chris, man, that's stupid. Chris, that's wrong. Tell me I'm wrong.
Chris Tiller, man, that is funny.
And thank you. That's all I need to hear. Point blank, period. Now let's move on to the next. Brandon talking out his ass right now. That sounds like every episode we have. Anyway, no, I was playing. Moving on. We're talking about the Warriors for a little bit. The so and so best team in the league, even though it's the Milwaukee Bucks right now, record wise. So I was looking at the standings. Well, I was looking at the standings for a different reason. I'm looking at the standings for to see how much ahead the Bucks are, and they're a good 4 games ahead of the Warriors. But again, they are playing Eastern Conference, so they play more Eastern Conference teams than Western Conference teams, so that's to be expected. Also, real quick before we move on, I was looking to see if you guys missed the playoffs, where you guys would land in the lottery. And yeah, you guys would probably be like 11, 16. 12. You can go, sorry, you're right, 15. But you could be as high as 11 and 12 if you guys get into the lottery, and you never know. Maybe the balls will go in your world. And then you can get KZ, man. Anyways, that's not what we're talking about. We're talking about the Warriors. The Warriors have lost 3 of their last 5 games. They lost against Houston, and then they lost against Florida. Orlando and Miami took them out. Do those games matter? No, not really. The Miami game was magical. Dwayne Wade doing his thing. Orlando just loves to beat good teams. It's just that, and that's the reason why I want to see Orlando make the playoffs, because I feel like they could do some damage because they would be an 8th or 7th seed.
They beat all the good teams.
They beat the good teams. So I just feel like you put them in the playoffs. Mind you, they don't have experience, but they beat the good team. So they can go in there and they could surprise and steal a game against Milwaukee. And then all of a sudden, confidence is amped up in the locker room, and that just boom, that puts them to the next step and trying to get better. Yeah, Orlando's such an enigma. That's the best way to put that, Delano. 100%. But what was I gonna say about the Warriors? Why am I bringing up the Warriors? Lost last 3 of last 5. That's what I was gonna ask you, Brandon. Basically, what I was trying to say is that the Warriors aren't as bulletproof as they've seemed to be in the past. I mean, last year's playoffs should tell you everything right there with Houston. So I'm gonna start with the West Coast in the playoffs. Outside of the Rockets, do you see any of these Western Conference teams having a chance at all to shake the Warriors a little bit? Outside of Houston.
Like coming out of the West?
In the Western Conference playoffs. So obviously they would play. It's looking like, yes, it's looking like, I mean, right now this is Spurs, but I don't think it's going to be the Spurs that they play in the first round. So it'd probably be y'all, Kings, Clippers that would be playing them in the first round. And then even past that, like, then they can play like a Blazers.
I think the Thunder could surprise them.
Yeah.
I think again, I think I said this last week. The playoffs are all about matchups.
100%. 100%.
OKC would definitely give them a matchup problem, not to mention match up with them defensively pretty well. It would all depend on if the Warriors are like, all right, let's kick it up a notch, you know, because they're their biggest enemy. I don't think
they are their own biggest enemy. 100%. Shout out to Bilal. What's good, man? How you doing, bro? Go ahead.
I don't see Denver unless
me either.
Jokic has to play like the biggest, like 7-game stretch of his life in order for them to just, you know, be dominant and destroy the Warriors. The Rockets, of course.
Yeah, I think Rockets. Yeah, they just have their number.
I would pick OKC.
Me too, because their defense is it's tested. You're seeing it. Yeah, I don't have Denver on there too, even though I am one of those few people that think Denver they could be real, but at the same time, this is going to be their first time in the playoffs with this young core ever. So that could also be a factor. But yeah, I for sure have OKC. I don't think the Blazers could do. I think those would be fun games to watch, but it would still end in the Warriors sweeping them. But they would be a fun 4 games. I don't think Utah has the firepower that they had.
You said Utah?
Yeah.
Utah, in my opinion, they should have pulled that freaking that one trade.
I know what you're talking about.
What's his name?
Oh my gosh.
Conley.
Yes, for Michael Conley. Yes, for Rubio. Yeah.
They should have.
That would have been the move, man. The Lakers before December, I would have said yes. I think they would all be good games. I think it would be the same thing like the Blazers. I think it would be good games, but the Warriors would win
ultimately. Yeah.
Sacramento. Actually, Sacramento, I think could, man. As long as but the thing is, it's playoffs, so the pacing is not going to be the same. Sacramento's going to get a rude awakening if they make the playoffs. They're not going to be able to play the way that they've been playing all season. That's just the reality. That pacing is going to go away. But if they manage to be able to do that in the playoffs, maybe, because that's been the Warriors' weakness when they played each other. But I don't know, man. Outside of the Rockets and Orlando, OKC, I think the Warriors tiptoe to the finals again this year.
Tiptoeing in my Jordans.
Conley said he didn't want to play in Utah, and I wouldn't either. I don't blame him, man.
Utah is one of those just.
Yeah, Utah.
You don't want to go there as an African American.
Yeah, 100%. What was I gonna say? What other town is like that? Sorry, now I'm off subject. I think that's it, man. I think Utah. I mean, I'd play for Indy, but I think Utah and Indiana, maybe Milwaukee, are like the only 3 cities I'd be like, I'm good. I mean, if I was drafted, I'm gonna be glad wherever I'm at.
Yeah.
But if I'm at a Michael Conley stature where I have that kind of pull, where I could be like, no, do you know who I am?
Yeah, exactly. First name basis.
Yeah, Mike. But yeah, so I think we're both on agreement to that. But now here's the more challenging question: Can Warriors go to the finals? Who's beating them in the Eastern Conference? Philly? Is it the Raptors? Is it the Celtics? Is it the Bucks?
I would say either Toronto or the Bucks.
I'm saying either Philly or Milwaukee, or Philly or Toronto.
Oh, so we both agree on Toronto.
Well, I mean, Toronto is my favorite to go out of the East.
Oh, okay.
They got Mr. Leonard over there, man.
Yeah, the only man that knows how to beat the Warriors single-handedly.
He has the formula. Everyone's saying Raptors in the chat. How the Lakers become the Knicks of the West? Stop! Don't do that. The only different, they're not in the lottery. But continue. Sorry, go ahead.
The Bucks. I would only say because I got to give future MVP candidate Giannis Antetokounmpo. Like I got to give him some props because this man, no one has stopped this man all season.
Oh yeah, 100%. He's been a godsend for my fantasy team.
Mm-hmm.
No cap.
And it's just I don't want to leave him out. You might be right on. You might be onto something with Philly, but Philly is one of those teams where it's just like they got so many good players in one basketball. Are they going to make it work? Brent Brown's never been like a coach that's like proven that he can coach to this level.
Right. He's just been a part of it, but he was never the guy. He was with Popovich.
He's established them as like, okay, we can make the playoffs every season.
Shion Gibson, I don't know if I said it right, but appreciate the sub, man. Welcome to the crew. That is a big factor. Those are probably the two key factors to that team is all the knuckleheads figuring it out together. But the thing is, I think they have the right guys. It's mainly just Jimmy Butler and Joel Embiid. Because Tobias Harris from the jump has been a guy that's like, look, I'm going to get my numbers, but I'm about the team. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Jimmy Butler's like, yo, this is nice, but what about me? Joel Embiid's like, yo, this is nice, but what about my touches? Ben Simmons is like, let me get y'all touches. So it's like they have a good mixture that it's just the two knuckleheads that are Jimmy Butler and Joel Embiid. I mean,
alphas.
Yeah, exactly, and that's all it is. It's like it's not no beef, but it's just they're both alpha dogs, and that could be something that hurts them in the playoffs. Or if they continue to play like how they've been playing right now and they've been letting it go, Jimmy Butler's been conceding to the team and not putting up as many shots. And I mean, I believe it bothers him, but he's been saying all the right things to the media. So I mean, he's claiming it doesn't bother him. And if that continues, then they could be scary, man. That game on Saturday was nice. It was fun, man. Tobias out there looking like he hanging out with them. Michael Scott, shout out to Michael Scott, man, going from Dunder Mifflin to the pros, man. out there dropping threes on the Warriors. I think the Sixers outside of the Raptors probably have the best chance just because they're deep. But to me, man, that Raptors, I really, really want a Raptors Warriors finals. I really want that really bad because I do believe the Raptors could steal that. Call me crazy.
When you said Michael Scott, I instantly thought of when Michael shot the 3-pointer and it missed badly. He's like,
I normally make those, right? Yeah. But he's trying to put on a show for the camera. Yeah, that's the greatest episode, the basketball episode.
I totally agree. Like, if I didn't have those worries, I think I would say those two. But I definitely had to go with Toronto. I definitely had to go with the Bucks. I think the Bucks have way better coaching, so that's why I also gotta put them in there.
Yeah, Bucks have the best coach in the East. But Bud is the most underrated coach in the league. That man, I don't care what you say about that Atlanta Hawks team. That team was not good.
Yes.
You give any other coach that team, you're not getting them into the All-Star game, and they're not doing what they did when they were first in the league.
When Jeff Teague is your starting point guard, and you're no more.
I don't want to hear. Maybe Al Horford, I'll give you that because Al Horford's been steady his entire career. But outside of that, man, who was
Paul Millsap, maybe.
That's a maybe. Kyle Korver out there living his best life. Budenholzer, and that's why I love that situation. And a lot of people were like, "Oh, he should have been." No, Budenholzer was not taking the Knicks serious. He did not want to be a part of a rebuild. There's a reason why he left Atlanta when his contract was still there in Atlanta. There was a reason for that, because he wanted to go to a team where he could make a difference. And Milwaukee was the best situation. It was the Steve Kerr effect. It was the same thing. Steve Kerr didn't want to go to a rebuild. Steve Kerr wanted to go somewhere where he can compete right now, which is why we lost on Steve Kerr too. But I was going to piggyback off of something you said, and I lost my train of thought because we talked about Coach Bud.
Michael Scott?
No, not Michael Scott. I could talk about The Office all day. We should make a podcast where we just break down every episode one by one. I would have the most fun with that. Oh man! So today's episode, we're talking about the "Hey, Mr. Scott, what you gonna do?" episode. Now, this is an episode I didn't really like. Anyways, chat. The Lakers will be the Knicks were at last 2 years in Melo era. Nah, LeBron James still got game. And not saying Melo didn't, but Melo is me guy. LeBron James is about the squad, so I feel like that's gonna help him out. Lakers can still do something, man. It's LeBron James. I know that's such a played out excuse, but it's hard not to go against LeBron James. Raptors were to beat if the Raptors were to beat the Warriors, does KD still leave? Yes.
Yep.
I do believe that if they lose, it hurts a little bit. I feel like that drives him to want to stay more so than winning. I think
that'll be the nail in the coffin.
To me, I feel like the nail in the coffin is if they win. Get my three-peat, I'm good.
Okay, yeah, I can see. I thought the nail in the coffin would be because we've seen all the footage. Yeah. We've seen all the reports. We've seen the little altercation with Draymond. Mm-hmm. There was a reason why that happened.
Vegemite, I see you, man. I see you.
What up, man? What up? But there's a reason why that happened. There's a reason why he full on just said, "You will be, we don't
need you here." He said it. It is on camera. We don't need you here. That's what he said. You're not wrong. I don't think you're wrong. To me personally, I just feel like it is more of a he's out if he wins than if he loses. But your argument is correct. Like if he loses, it's like, well, I did what I could do. Couldn't do it. Mm-hmm. I'm out. Peace, y'all.
Not to mention he really cares about what people got to say about him.
Yes.
He's one of those people that
and to me, of all things, of all the reasons, that is the reason why he's going to leave, because he cares about what people thinks about him. And for that, the only way people will ever get back in any kind of good graces with him is if he leaves the Warriors and goes to a Knicks or goes to a team that is not already established. And that's one of the only ways that he gets that kind of reception back.
But I mean, if somehow something changes, he can always come to the Lakers. That's fine.
Yeah. I mean, if he really doesn't care, then sure, go to Lakers. Yeah, get more hate. Sounds good. I saw what I see in the chat. Where was it? The Brad Stevens being fired. Did you hear about this? The UCLA has Brad Stevens on their short list. What do they know that we don't know?
I mean, why wouldn't you have Brad Stevens on your list?
But why is Brad Stevens a thought when he's coaching the Celtics and he's supposed to be the coach of the future?
Whatchamacallit is always on everybody's short list. What's his name? College football coach.
Which one? Saban?
His brother. No, his brother
is. Jim.
Jim
Harbaugh.
Yeah, Jim is every year. He's on somebody's short list.
But see, that's the other way around. That's normal. College to at pros is all that. I mean, look, Calipari, Coach K, that's always a thing. But the other way around, when it's a NBA coach going back, normally that's when they've been out of the game for a little bit and they just can't get another NBA job. Then they go to college. That's normally how it goes. But when you're Coach Stevens, who we were just talking, I don't remember if it was you or me. No, it's you that has him as Coach of the Year, right? This is a dude that is. Right?
No, I don't think.
Or did you change it? Oh God. Well, doesn't matter. Regardless, on some people's list, he's the coach of the year. He's supposed to be the coach of the future with the Celtics. He's
right.
He did what he did last season to then to be in the short list for for UCLA. There's some.
I think UCLA has to try and make a splash now because they've tried that whole route of like getting somebody like a nobody that has done well for a program for umpteenth years, with their last three coaches. I think not Bill Self.
Alfred.
Alfred was the last one. He coached Paul George, right?
Paul George. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
You're right. That's true. That's where he came from. I forgot all about that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I want to. Yeah. And then before
and
that,
that's how his son got the in for OKC because of PG, and he got in the G League team. I don't know where he's at now. God, LeVar. See, if LeVar, I'm sorry, LeVar was right about that one. Like after Lonzo left, all those dudes been trash. TJ Leaf trying. But all those dudes, man, every single dude that was on that UCLA team that got to the Sweet 16, they ain't done nothing. Oh, sorry. I just thought about that. I was just thinking about all the dudes on the team. But yeah,
I agree.
it was him. It was Brad Stevens on this. Other dudes are unemployed, so they make sense. Earl Watson was on the list. Who's on the Lakers? That the Lakers are looking at him as well. Not Jason Kidd. Why not? Why not?
Stay in LA.
Just go to UCLA, bro. Now Luke Walton gonna get a job when he get fired. Luke Walton, look, man. If y'all fired Luke Walton before this season began, Luke Walton was going to Charlotte because A, Mitch is there and Mitch loved Luke Walton, and B, Michael would have been like, whatever you want, Mitch, I trust you. And look, man, you won chips out there in LA. You know what you're talking about.
But yeah, I'm honestly not surprised. You should see some of ironically, I do watch what Boston says. Like I follow some of their Twitter fans, their Twitter base.
You stronger than me. I don't care about Boston at all.
And yeah, there's quite a few people that are like, fire Brad Stevens. Like he's the reason why.
And that's insane to me. That's insane to me. All they have to do is just survive and let Kyrie walk. Whether it comes to the Knicks, whether he goes to the Lakers, wherever he goes, and watch that Celtics team. Because the Celtics are like the Patriots. The Celtics are not a team that are. Well, I mean, okay, except for the fact that the Patriots have Tom Brady, sure. But what I'm saying is the Celtics are about the system. They're not like the traditional NBA team where it's led by a LeBron James, by a Stephen Curry. No, they're a team that has a system that works, and it's run by Danny Ainge and now Brad Stevens. And that's how the Celtics are going to win games. Look at Isaiah Thomas. Isaiah Thomas was there, and he was reaping the benefits because he was the offensive guy surrounded by a bunch of dudes that can do everything else. And then he leaves. Then you fill in
a bunch of players that knew their roles.
Exactly. Then he leaves and you fill in with the Kyrie Irving. And yes, he had success, but then he gets hurt. But why did the Celtics not drop off? Oh, because we have a point guard that can run the system the way Brad Stevens wants the system to be run. And like you said, a bunch of other players that know their role, led by the new upcoming guy, Jason Tatum. And I just feel like if Kyrie walks, they can do that again. You give not all the money, but you give money to not Jason Terry. Why is he in my head? Terry Rozier, Jesus Christ. Give him some money. Let him be your starter. He's don't need to pay an all-star to be your starting point guard, and let Jason Tatum expand his game. And like you said, a team full of players that know their role, they'll be fine. So to me, it's just crazy that they're already talking about firing him when I don't think Brad Stevens is the problem. I'm not saying Kyrie's the problem. I just don't think Kyrie fits. That's all it is. I don't think
it's unfortunate because like Kyrie, as great as a player he is, he's not he will never be your leader.
Yeah, he's a Paul George. He's a very good 1B.
He'll never be your leader. As talented and as gifted as he is, he'll never be your.
It sucks. Paul George is the best. Yeah, he's a Paul George. Paul George is out there. He's gonna be an MVP. But Paul George, the Thunder still run through Russell Westbrook. But Paul George is the best player right now statistically, but again, Russell Westbrook is the leader and the best player on the Oklahoma City Thunder.
Right.
And that we've seen, I think we've talked about this already, but we saw that with the Lakers, or with the Cavaliers. LeBron James is obviously LeBron James, but there was times where Kyrie Irving was the guy that was winning them the games. He was closing in offense. He was playing, Kyrie Irving was the dude, but LeBron James is still the best player on that team. And I feel like best case scenario, yes, I'm hyping up my Knicks, but if that happens with the Kevin Durant and Kyrie Irving, that's a possible. That could be that could be more than enough right there. And especially when we have like the Lakers, we have a good young core that as long as they don't take steps back, who knows what could happen. Again, yes, I'm the homer. I'm lobbying for the Knicks, and he can go anywhere else and do stuff like that. But just because of the argument we're saying right now about he being a very good 1B, if that scenario of the whole KD and Kyrie thing goes together, that is better for Kyrie Irving long term. Because Kyrie needs to be in a place where he has that, all right, he could take the weight. Let me be Kyrie Irving over here on my side.
I agree. Like, Kyrie is one of those things where they needed to have Kyrie because Jason Tatum's not as good as Jason Tatum is and as much potential as he has. He's not that guy yet.
Not yet. He's 20.
Yeah. Yeah,
mind you, him and Mitchell came out the woodworks fast, sure, but they're still 20.
And I think that's what they're like. Boston's biggest dilemma is: do we just give up on Kyrie as a whole and just roll it out with Scary Terry?
I'd say so.
Or we keep somebody that we're gonna need when playoff time,
But
or do we just keep riding with these young guys?
But do they need him in playoff time? They didn't need him last year in playoff time.
It was apparent in Game 7 that they needed Kyrie Irving.
You're talking about against LeBron.
Yeah.
I'm talking about all the way up leading before that.
In that whole series, you can tell they needed Kyrie. Again, they're not going to face somebody like LeBron ever again because he's on the West now. Yeah.
Well, I mean, they got a Kawhi problem out there and a Giannis problem, but yes, they're not
Giannis,
LeBron.
I think, would be the closest. Yeah. But
you say that, but we're talking about the playoffs, man. Kawhi Leonard in the playoffs? Come on now.
Yeah, he's phenomenal. Kawhi, I don't know what I'm saying right now. You're right. Let me take that back because because I was thinking, I still had like Kawhi injured.
Yeah, no, Kawhi is active and healthy, and especially in playoffs, man. People forget just because we watched a whole year of Kawhi, and then the year before that he got hurt. But
yes.
Kawhi is that dude in the playoffs, man. Kawhi is that dude. That was just 2014, right? 2014, 2015. When was it? When did they win? 2013. I'm tripping. When did they win? 12 was OKC. No.
Okay.
Jesus Christ. I don't care. I don't care. It doesn't matter. All that matters is Kawhi Leonard was the finals MVP and he won a championship not too long ago. That's the point of my argument here. It was 2014. I'm not crazy. Okay. Thank you guys. Okay. For a second there, I felt crazy. Yes, because that was the last one and then they didn't go back to redeem. That's right. Okay. Thank you guys. Delano and Stay Mellow, homies. Okay. Before we move on to the last segment, let's see what the chat says. I saw. Okay. Dale. Whenever you're ready to leave my chat, you can go. Trade Knox for IT. By all means, man. I'll call an Uber for you, bro. Trade Knox, MSG, and the pick. Huh?
Wait.
What?
He said what? He said.
Which one are you reading?
He said trade Kevin Knox for IT.
Mm-hmm. And I said leave.
Okay. All right.
Dale, do you know Dale like to troll? That one got me.
I don't know if that's even troll.
Like you're doing that?
No, troll can't even be funny. I mean, trolls got to be funny.
You were starting to scare me there. You were starting to sound like, that's something that just might work. I was about to put my hand through the screen and smack you. Imagine Kyrie working out with Trier. That'd be nice. I'm not. Well, that's a conversation for another day about Lonzo Trier. I like the guy. I'm a fan. It's just I'm not a big fan of ISO games. The only ISO player that I've genuinely loved outside of Tracy McGrady was Joe Johnson. Other than that,
ISO Joe.
Yeah,
ISO Joe.
But see, that always came with a beautiful result. Also true. But mind you, he's a rookie, so maybe I should not be so hard on him. Time for Brandon roast time. Why? What happened? What did Brandon do to get roasted? Mitchell Robinson, current trade value. His trade value is not happening. That's Mitchell Robinson's trade value. Brandon is looking for some excitement. Play that meme music. Oh, no. Not this week. We don't have anything like that this week. Actually, we have some funny memeable moments in the NBA that we're gonna go over for the last part of this.
You know what we haven't done in a while? What was the first?
The very first segment. Yeah. L of the week. We have not done that. You know why? It's because I want to fine tune it. Like I think there's something. Yeah, I think there's something there, but I just think it was just we didn't do it right that first time. So I want to fine tune that, and I want that to be a fun game. That's the only reason why we haven't done it.
He's changing it up because
I won that. I got the L. I mean, you wanted the L in that. You wanted the L in that game. See, this is why I had to fine tune it because I don't even know what it is. Who we play for coming up? Not yet. That's coming up very soon. This next who we play for gonna be fun. I already started putting the list together. It's gonna be fun. Shout out to youth footballers. Welcome to the crew. Shout out to 47 people in the chat, man. Y'all real, man. It's a fun show today.
We appreciate y'all.
The Joe Johnson step back. Oh my, JoJo, man. It hurt my heart that he was in Brooklyn, but God, he was fun to watch, man.
The step back that didn't travel.
And it just would be in slow motion and still could not guard it. Man. Mm-hmm. Who we play for, CK, you better do it next week. Not next week, but very soon. Yeah, we're actually gonna watch some trolling moments this past week. Some fun stuff happened. Actually, Brandon, let me connect you so you can. Oh no, but then it's gonna mess up the. Oh man, I did not think that through. Because I was gonna share my screen with you so you could watch it in real time and not have to watch it back.
I'll just watch it on the stream. That's fine.
But it's gonna be delayed.
That's all right. All
right. Well, for the first one, Brandon, I don't know. Let me know if you've seen or haven't seen any of these moments. But a lot of things have happened in this past week of basketball. Starting with which one are we gonna start with? No, that one happened later. Okay, let's start with the one that everyone's been talking about, but we never really talked about on the show, and I haven't really talked about with you. We did. We kind of mentioned a little bit in the stream on Saturday, but is the infamous Ja Rule moment in Milwaukee that happened at the end of last week. Ja Rule, everybody was loving it. Ja Rule came out to represent the 90s and 90s night.
Ready?
But Ja Rule is not a 90s artist.
My album came out in 2000, but it's all right.
Man, but here's the funny thing, though. People were saying that Ja Rule actually did not do that bad, and that people are just tearing him up just because he's a meme right now.
The audio just came out.
Yeah. But they said the show itself was actually pretty solid.
I remember that whole. Say yes. It was too bad of a meme moment to not pass up. Twitter's always looking out for something.
Are we ready?
Here
it
is. Oh man.
I guess not.
Nope. So that happened. That's an old meme, but it's still something I wanted to talk about. I guess not. And then on top of that, my man, full performance, doing the What's Love. But then my man, Giannis Antetokounmpo, coming out there warming up mid-show. But he did say something on Twitter, which is very true, that I did not think anybody was going to say. But more times than not in these halftime shows where these guys come out, players do this. This is not uncommon for players to come out and warm up, especially the home team, to warm up while the performances are going on. That's not uncommon. It's just because it's Ja Rule and because it's been very meme worthy that people just blew that out of proportion. Shout out to Ashanti. Oh man, I love Ashanti to this day.
Yep.
James Harden, lucky dude.
We need to have a Stephen A segment talking about Ashanti
out of pocket, man. Talking about Natasha the way he was talking about her, man. Jesus Christ.
Do you blame him?
Yes, I do blame her. Natasha is a beautiful woman, but that is the first lady of the New York Knicks right there, and you over there talking about her like she a piece of meat in the middle of his show. While
he did it very respectfully. He did. He did the best he could, as respectful as he could.
This man is all here. You know what? I wasn't gonna have it on the list, but I'm gonna take a few people off the list just so we can talk about The blasphemy. First of all, he started off this segment talking about the Knicks don't know how to lose, right, and stuff. If you don't get out, can somebody explain? Look, oh yeah, we breaking down this video right now. Look, I have monetization turned off, so I don't care. I'm playing this video. This idiot didn't even know the rules.
It's because of these damn New York Knickerbockers.
I can't say
and these damn Los Angeles Lakers.
Man, everybody needs a little bit of dosage of Stephen A. Smith.
I think over that span, what they had, like 17, 18 rows, 25%.
Shut up.
The best.
Shut up. So basically, because I don't have the time and I don't want to listen to it. People already know how I feel about Stephen A. Smith when it comes to the Knicks. Trash. Don't listen to him. He breaks down the draft rule. Okay. Here's the problems I have with this. Okay, he first says that the Knicks are stupid for winning and that we don't know how to lose, right? Okay, all right. And if this was 2017, he has a point. Okay, but then he proceeds to talk about the new draft rules and stuff like that. So mind you, and then on top of that talks about the fourth place team having a 12% chance. Doesn't mention the fact that the first, the second, and the third worst teams all have a 14% chance. He didn't even talk about that. He talks about the fourth worst team having 12.5%. Okay? Forgetting the fact that, yeah, we won some games, but we still in the bottom three, so we still have that 14%. He gets on my nerves, but that's not what the meme is. The meme here is him going out of pocket talking about Natasha Fizdale, the first lady of the New York
Is one of the
Knicks.
happiest men on earth.
Listen to him.
It ain't just because he got the Knicks job. I'll leave it at that.
Nothing's
Having
wrong.
said all of that,
Nothing is
New York, if the basketball team
false.
sat up there and performed and we had a reason to see David Fizdale more often, I assure you, you would see why that man is one of the happiest
That pause
men on
is too
earth.
long, and that's my problem with him. That pause is too long. Out of pocket. He was mentally imaging freaking Natasha in his brain right there. Out of pocket. Look, I love my beautiful Carly. You all know that's my girl. I love her, and she has features that she can show the world, right? I'm well aware. I know she's good looking. I know people are gonna be checking her out. I'm well aware of the fact that I'm an old school guy. Like, that's flattery. Like, yeah, I'm very proud of the girl that I got, and I'm glad that she is proud of her body because she works hard on it and everything like that, right? So I'm all for it. And I bet you that Fizdale is probably on the same line with that with Natasha, right? But here's the thing. And I'm all for, like you're saying, Brandon, you're saying it was respectful. I get you on that. But that pause, there are thoughts in his brain, bro, and that's why that's out of pocket. Look at him. Look at that pause. Look, man, it is out of pocket. I don't think
he paused twice too. By the way,
he paused 4 times. If you really want to, break it down like that, he pauses the 2 times right here, right when he's
often. I assure you.
Look, yeah, what a pause right there.
You would see why one man.
His face.
2. Here's the big pause. Look at the face.
One of the happiest men on earth.
The man is mentally big pause.
It ain't just because he got the Knicks job. I'll leave it at that.
Oh man.
Out of pocket, Brandon Warren. It's out of pocket. It's unnecessary. It's out of pocket. I don't appreciate it. Too much. It's too much. The man Stephen A. Smith is thirsty. He has a record of being thirsty. Matter of fact, you can YouTube search it, and there are videos, compilations of it.
I'm a bottom feeder.
This man. Anyways, Stephen A. Smith, he got his own segment. Welcome to the show. We need a name for this new show. But anyways, so
that's a lonely man.
But he allegedly he got a wife. We just never seen her.
What?
Yeah. Right?
Has a
significant other?
Yeah.
Allegedly.
Is she like always in the basement or something?
No,
like,
I just think her first name is Lefty. But anyways, moving on. I was gonna do the Knicks, but we don't need to do that with Dennis Smith Jr. and Kevin Knox. We all saw it. It's not funny anymore. Knicks, whatever. Moving off of it. And the last one, since we're running close on time. Oh no, we could talk about this first. We could talk about 2 more. LeVar Ball. The young god himself, LaMelo, has been beast in this high school season. looking like he could possibly be a top 5 contender, a top 5 pick, in the draft in 2020. Again, people who hate on the Ball family, I'm sure you want to hate on.
Maybe this season.
But
If that
he has to. Oh no, that's not going to go until 2021 though. That's when it's proposed for.
Okay.
Yeah, that would have been nice. But anyways, regardless, LaMelo Ball has easily been the poster boy of high school hoops this season. I don't know if there's anybody else that I'm missing. I'm sure there's a long list. The Cassius Stanley's out there. It doesn't matter. LaMelo Ball has been in a lot of people's face, and a lot of people are paying attention to LaMelo. That being said, because of everything that went on with him and going to Lithuania and playing for the JBA and stuff, he was not eligible to be an All-American this year, and or for the Jordan Classic. And you know what? Most parents would be like, yeah, that makes sense. Cole Anthony is I'm not on the Cole Anthony band. Look, Cole Anthony should have told Oak Hill, no, I want to play Spire, but instead Oak Hill pulled out from playing Spire because they're scared that Cole Anthony's gonna get exposed. That's my argument on that. So Cole Anthony is weak for that. We'll see him in the next level. What was I saying? Oh, so most parents would be like, you know what? That makes sense. My son went pro. I get it. Let's move on, and let's hope that he does well at the next level. Not LeVar Ball. Oh, no. Brandon, did you hear about this with LeVar Ball? You hear what LeVar Ball did?
He scheduled his own All-Star game, right?
He didn't schedule it, Brandon. He created it. LeVar Ball will do what he needs to do to make sure his boys are seen. You will see my boys. But he's also promising that other high school athletes will come out, like other sought-after high school athletes will come out. So basically, like the top tier that didn't make the All-American game will probably make it in this one, and so it's vice versa with Jordan Classic. We'll go into this one. This is actually seeming a lot more realistic than the JBA, where he said that some of those guys would go play for JBA rather than play for college. But this would seem more realistic because when you're in high school, you want to be seen. It doesn't matter if it's ran by LeVar Ball or Triple B's. If it's on TV or if it's online, if it's going to be streamed, I'll be there. You know what I'm saying? Because that's the mindset. Like, Brandon could attest to that. When you're playing at that level and if you're that good at that level, it's like, look, man, I'm just trying to get a scholarship. I'm going to do what I need to get that scholarship because that gets me to the next level. So my man LeVar Ball said, you going to see my kid, okay? I don't care if you go to college. I don't care if you go in the G League. You going to see my boy. Matter of fact, coast to coast, you going to see his boy. I'm putting LaMelo in the background. Look at number 1 right there. So yeah, he's making his own classic. He's calling it the Triple B, the Big Baller Brand Classic. It's gonna be in Vegas at the Orleans Arena, and it's gonna be streamed online. And people are already anticipating it. They're still putting together the rosters, and we'll see how that goes. I think it's gonna be well. I think of all we going?
I'm saying, do you want?
I don't know when it is. Actually, we can look it up because it's already out there. Let's look up when it is.
I mean, beats all this rain out in California. So
if it's on the weekend, I'd be with it. But I can't take no. Look, man, we trying to go summer league, especially since Zion gonna be a Nick, and then I'm going to E3, BBB, high school.
What up, Christian Jones? What up, man?
What happened to Jello? Jello going to the G League. If only because I watched the show. I watched Ball in the Family. Jello is because he missed the workout and the tryouts, he was not able to go in the G League this year. He was debating on going overseas to London or playing for the G League, but he is going to be going G League, and he's going to go into that tryout next year, or next season, excuse me. Which means we possibly might see him in the summer league, which would be cool. If you don't put some respect on this Ball family, man, we trying to get Triple B to sponsor us, all right?
Okay, all right, my bad.
Yeah, that's your fellow.
You can do it.
I can't stand you. Anyways, Christian Jones, what's up, man? That's dope. It is dope, Fonzo. Balls are gonna be balls. I can't stand you. CK is a discount Lance Stevenson. That's not the first time I've heard that. Because Lance Stevenson growing out his beard, and all of a sudden people think, look, I am not purple. Lance Stevenson is purple. I am not that dark.
Wow.
What do you mean, wow? I could talk about. Look, I'm milk chocolate. I am not dark chocolate. All right. I don't see a date, Brandon. So I don't know if we know when it's happening. So
it might not happen.
But it's gonna happen. It's going to happen.
LeVar, just like those shoes coming out on that certain date.
Oh my goodness! Look, I'm gonna get me a pair of those. The
$500 ones.
No,
Yes.
the $200 ones.
Oh,
I'm gonna get me a pair. Support black businesses, people.
yes,
Support
sir.
black businesses. Anyways, and in the last and final bit of haha funnies, Kyrie Irving. Do I need to say any more?
Oh, the interview.
Yeah, just Kyrie Irving's just been on a tear. Did you see him today? Let me see if I can find that. Going into the game. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to find that. If I was a good podcast show host, I would have all this stuff already pulled. But I'm an idiot, and I was at that Clippers game today.
He's a work in progress, ladies and gents.
I'm trying to figure it out. Look, man, I'm just trying to be. Here it is. Oh, this is it? Nope, this isn't it.
What are you looking for?
This isn't the one. Well, he's wearing this getup that he's wearing right now, but he says something. I don't want to say it because then that spills the fun of this. Oh, here it is. 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 You hear him? Brandon, you're delayed, so you're not gonna be able to hear it. I'm gonna play it again. Okay. So Brandon, I don't know if you heard it.
I heard him.
You heard him. Okay. So
Yeah.
the Knicks Twitter is having fun with this one, and they're like, "It's confirmed. He's coming for good." So pretty much for those who didn't hear it, Kyrie Irving said that I'm not going to miss any of this ish right here.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Mind you, the Celtics played at home today, so people are taking that as a sign that MH, you heard it. Vegemite heard it. You watched the best team in LA. I did watch the best team in LA play today. Sorry, Brandon, it's not the Lakers. So, but yeah, so people are just having a field day with that. So I wanted to read some of those comments right now because the Knicks Twitter had me dying today. And I can't find any of those. You know, we're not gonna read those because we don't have much time for that. Anyways, Brandon, are we taking? I don't even know how to ask this question. I think you know what I want to ask you.
I know what you're gonna. Are we taking this out of context?
Are we taking all these instances out of context? This one, the All-Star one, when he's talking about they have 2 contracts. Like, are we taking this stuff out of context? Or are we blowing this up too much to the point where now they're gonna, out of spite, not go to the Knicks? Because that's my fear.
Nobody is like LeBron James where they can hold a secret for an entire year without people like following their track, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Especially you would get 2 emotional people like Kyrie, you know, he's always going to have a chip on the shoulder.
Mm-hmm.
KD especially. So I don't know, man. Like I don't know how you can't take that out of context. I don't know how you take the humanity out of it. You know,
right. No, I get you.
Out of it. I think he's gone.
Yeah. So this one we're not taking this out of context. This is what it is.
Now, as far as where is he going, I have
not saying that. I didn't say that. I didn't say Knicks.
Okay.
I'm playing even field, but I'm just talking about for the fact of what he said. We're not blowing this one out of proportion. We heard what we heard, and that's real. Because
you don't say that because the media is going to be with you regardless, as long as you're an NBA player, even when you're retired.
Mm-hmm.
You don't just say that to say that,
mm-hmm.
even if you did feel some type of way. Like
facts. I agree.
Mm-hmm.
I agree. Well. Kyrie to NY, ladies and gentlemen, is that happening?
So you smiling from ear to ear?
No, I'm not, because I don't know what we do. No, I'm serious. I don't know what we do. We have Frank Ntilikina and we have Dennis Smith Jr. on the books. We bring in Kyrie Irving. What happens?
They're both gone.
We trade them away.
Either you're trading DSJ,
mm-hmm.
or you're trading both.
then why trade both when we need a backup? I think Frank makes more sense as a backup because he hasn't established himself yet, so he can play the backup without any pressure.
Well,
Desmond Jr. on the other hand is a starter.
He's the best, I guess, trade piece you have.
Desmond Jr.
Wouldn't you say?
Who? DSJ or Frank?
DSJ.
Yes.
And Frank would just be an icing on the cake.
But why trade him?
I'm just saying if you did trade him, it would be a sweetener to a deal. It wouldn't be anything like, oh, we're $3 million short. All right, throw Frankie in there.
But see,
you know, like
I would love Frankie to stay, especially if we. But only especially. I'm a little bit more open to. Oh God, see, I'm gonna say this and people are gonna be like, "See, CK gave up on him." I'm not saying that. I'm just saying because of what the landscape of what the Knicks could be, of the young core, that Frankie is probably the Josh Hart in our situation, where it's like I'm at terms where I'm okay if he goes, because to me Knox, Mitch, Trier. To an extent, Dennis Smith Jr., unless we get Kyrie, they're a little bit more valuable to me long term. Just because Frankie's, had the injury problems, he's improving a little bit slowly. Of course, I want him to stick around, but I mean, if someone had to go, then Frank, I'm okay. I'm at ease with Frank being the one going. I hope I try to say as political as I can because I do want Frank to be there. I do believe Frank could be something special, but again. What have you done for me lately? And that's Brandon's motto there. But
Chris, what have you done for me lately at
okay. Well, I haven't had a chance to play because y'all too lazy and the Lakers keep playing on Wednesday, so we don't get to go. Anyways, this situation, I'm trading Dennis Smith Jr. because Dennis Smith Jr. is going to want to be traded. He's not going to want to be a backup. And I'm keeping Frankie. I'm not putting him at no icing because I would, instead of going after another point guard to be a backup, this is the best situation because now Frankie knows his role. He knows he's going to be the backup, and Frankie can play the 2 and play the 3 if need be because he can for defensive reasons. But now his role is established, and I think that'll put Frankie more at ease long term. So to me, just trading both of them away just makes no sense because then now we have to go market for a point guard again. Then now we're the Suns where we had all the guards in the world, and now we have none.
Who's to say that there isn't going to be a nice market for point guards though?
I don't want any other point guard.
So you mean to tell me if you can pick up what's his name in Orlando?
No,
you wouldn't want him.
I'd rather have
DJ Augustine.
No, God.
You wouldn't want DJ?
No, I'd rather have Frank because I get more out of Frank than I get DJ Augustine. He's a inconsistent offensive player that plays no defense because he's undersized.
DJ's.
I don't want another Kyrie Irving to come off the bench. Not saying he's like Kyrie, just the fact that he's offense only.
He's a solid. All I'm saying, he's a solid dude, and he's like, you know what you're gonna get out of him. Frank, you don't know.
I know I'm getting defense. Not that I know for sure.
And that's not what I'm. When has defense ever won games in this new NBA?
Look at the Thunder. What you mean?
No. I should take that back. Take that back. No, actually, no. When has defense flat out just won out games? And what is the whole thing about now in today's day?
Speed. But Neil Keenan can play. Look, man, I'm taking Frank before I'm taking DJ Augustine, especially DJ Augustine. Frank Ntilikina, if we're trading, we're not. I don't want to trade them all because I'm already losing Moutier. Because if we get Kyrie, Moutier is gone. And then we definitely have to trade DSJ. But here's the perfect storm, Brandon Warren. What if this happens? Because the draft happens before free agency. What if we get the 3rd pick, or even the 4th pick, whatever, and we draft Ja Morant? So now we have Ja Morant. Listen, we have Ja Morant now. We have Dennis Smith Jr., Frank Ntilikina, and Emmanuel Mudiay. Oh, what's that, Kyrie? Oh, you do want to be a Knick. Cool. Now we have 5 point guards. Brandon, explain. Now, in this situation, I agree with your plan. You then trade Dennis Smith Jr., you trade Frank Ntilikina, and, of course, we just don't re-sign Moutier. Then that's different because then Ja Morant will come off the bench. I don't want that because I'd rather get a Cam Reddish or well, we'd be at the third pick, so we won't be able to get RJ. But I'd rather get a Cam Reddish where he can do things for us now rather than John Morant coming off the bench.
Yeah.
It's just, I'm just worried, man. This offseason, it can go really bad, it can go really good, or it can go like, well, that's another offseason that just happened.
I'm looking at people in the chat like
oh, I'm seeing them.
Like, yeah, teams play really good defense, but let's be honest here. Do the Knicks play great team defense?
You can't judge this year's team, Brandon. That's not even fair.
I'm telling you. I'm just saying that no one person is going to lead your team in defense and be able to carry you to a championship game.
Mm-hmm.
Can you agree on that?
Yeah.
Okay.
But when you have a lineup of Kevin Durant, Ntilikina, and Mitchell Robinson, that doesn't improve the team defense?
It should.
Exactly.
And if it doesn't, then then you got other problems.
But exactly. So I'm not saying that Frank Ntilikina is going to be the sole defender.
Okay. All right. All right.
All I'm saying is I'm okay with us moving Dennis Smith Jr. if we have Kyrie, but we keep Frank and we have him on the bench, point blank, period. Unless Dennis Smith Jr. is bought in on being the new Terry Rozier. That's a different conversation. I don't know why he would be, but if he is bought in on being the new Terry Rozier and coming off the bench and being the backup to Kyrie, that's a different conversation. I just don't see that happening, though.
He probably wouldn't.
Exactly. But if he did, then we're having a different conversation. I'm still keeping Frank, but again, it would be the same situation where it's like, then I'm at ease if we do move Frank. Defenders are valuable. Thank you, MH. But no, Brandon, no, I don't. You're not crazy. I get what you're saying, but my preference is I'd rather have a Frank than any of those other situations because of the for sure defense. And I get it what you're saying, but at least then we have a defender that can move the ball, and I'm okay with that because we're gonna have the Knoxes, we're gonna have the Kevin Durant's, we're gonna have the Zion, Cam, RJ, whoever it may be. We have tons of offense, so I'm not worried about us scoring. But then we have what? We have a possible Kevin Durant who we have seen could be a good defender, and we have Mitch, and then we have Frank Ntilikina that are going to be the for sure defenders on the team. So I'd rather have that because I'm not worried about offense with that new team.
MH, you brought like one of the worst examples of all time because Andre Robertson hasn't played.
That man been hurt for 4 years. I feel like
he's getting bagged, but. OKC last time I checked is still top 5 in all defensive categories. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, if it wasn't for prior to that season where he was when the NBA was still in this tweener of ISO ball and passing, then but now considering that the NBA is all about pace and space and motion offense, I don't know of any one solid person just being like, okay, every night I'm gonna shut down the team's best offensive player and I'm gonna average 20 points.
Yeah,
it's not a thing anymore.
No, I was just gonna say not anymore.
Yeah,
that is definitely early 2000s basketball that you just named.
They're either your superstar that's going to give you 25 a game, or your specialty player where you can do a 3-and-D player. Yeah. I mean, did we even have like pure defenders anymore in the league?
Tony Allen's gone.
Tony
literally, Allen. I know like he hasn't played, but Andre Roberson's probably the last one.
Yeah,
that's a pure defender. And again, he hasn't played, but. I mean, a pure defender. That's literally the definition of Andre Roberson.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And like either you're a 3-and-D, a spot up shooter, or
3-and-D is the new. Yeah, that's all we got now.
Yeah, that I would say that would be like number one. Mm-hmm. And maybe rebounder. Throw it out there, but even then, there's still nobody that's like. Is there? Well, there might be somebody that's out there giving 15 a night, just rebounding, like a Reggie Evans.
Yeah, seriously. Another one that's not in the league anymore. But yeah. And yes, see, Anthony, that is why I have such a infatuation with Frank Ntilikina right there. Is because Frank Ntilikina is a guy that does everything on the floor for you, and he is not looking to get offense going for himself because he doesn't need for that to happen. And he's so valuable in other ways on the game. And I just feel like especially next year, when we have a team like that if things go well, that we have an offensively driven team, like you could probably even put Frank Ntilikina next to a Kyrie Irving, and you have all of these other offensive pieces that can do other things, and Frank just needs to be a ball mover and a defender. I'm cool with that. And for cheap, because he's still on a rookie contract, like I'm doing that. So that's the only argument I was saying, and I'd rather do that than trade them all away and then try to find somebody else new.
Fair enough. Yeah, I get that. It's just it's unfortunate right now too because he can't really defend himself because he's injured.
Yeah, and that's the problem. It's so funny, man. I really feel like Frank Ntilikina and Lonzo Ball are like on the same like freaking timeline. Is crazy because the same thing, not to the extent of Lonzo, but I think Lonzo was playing better than Frank was right before he got hurt. But Frank finally, because Moutier just got out, Frank was finally getting his starting time, and in the 2 games he played, Frankie had the last game, and in Miami, I was at that game. He had 10 points in the first half, 4 assists, 5 boards in the first half. Just like Lonzo Ball was a positive against the Houston Rockets right before he got hurt. So it's it's one of those things where they can't defend themselves and they can't really, we're hearing all the hate, but we're not able to see them defend themselves because they're hurt again. Mm-hmm. But anyways, higher ceiling Frank or Lonzo Ball. I love Frank, but Lonzo Ball definitely has a higher ceiling. That's not a question. Anyways, get KD, draft RJ, and get Vegemite. Thank you. I'm gonna be trying all offseason to try to convince Knicks fans to understand that formula.
Jesus. So y'all giving up? Why y'all? What was the point of giving Kevin then?
What are you talking about? Well,
I
would like, but I mean, to me personally, I would love RJ, but switch that with Zion. Get KD, get Zion, and get Chris Middleton.
That's my point of getting Kevin Knox?
Kevin Knox is a 3. He could play the 4. He plays the 3 and the 4.
Chris, you get KD. There goes your 3.
Okay.
Or no, I'm sorry. You get KD. What? I don't even know where you can put KD. Either the 4 or the 3.
He doesn't like playing the 4.
He doesn't. Okay, fine.
Here's the thing.
Put him at the. Put RJ or what you
Middleton
call it
at the 2.
Okay, where is Kevin Knox going?
So if you have RJ. If we have RJ or Middleton starts at the 2, most likely it could be Middleton because he's the all-star. RJ come off the bench, whatever. Or you could probably run the lineup where Knox comes off the bench. But you could start Knox next to KD. Knox playing the 4.
This isn't 2K.
And I'm not saying it's 2K. This is what we've done in real life. Knox is a solid rebounder. He's a better rebounder at the 4 than KD would be.
Why put that ego on a kid?
What ego? How's that ego?
Because when you start, and you can ask this to any Laker starter at this moment, try and tell them to come off the bench after you put a whole season and an off season too on top of it.
Yeah, especially being 20 years old. 100%.
Yeah.
100%. But what's his name did it well, is doing it fine. Jaylen Brown.
Jaylen Brown wasn't. I don't think he's a Kevin Knox. Jaylen Brown to me has always been a project player.
True, I'll give you that.
Kevin Knox is established. I think he can establish himself in this league as being an offensive player. Mm-hmm. So I just don't understand the Middleton, I guess. I understand KD. I understand the draft because I mean, who you pick out of the top 3, you're gonna get somebody good.
Yeah, and I understand what you're saying because I think I already had it set in my mind that Knox would. Because here's the thing, starting to me, I'm so over the stigma of starting lineups being like such a big deal because to me it's whoever finishes the game. So just because Knox is coming off the bench, Knox can still play 35 minutes. He can still play 32 minutes and close the game. But if he's not doing anything off the bench and he plays his 25 minutes, he doesn't close, then, you know, that's on him. Like, I feel like Lou Williams is like the prime example of that. Lou Williams doesn't even start, but he's the one that's playing damn near 38 minutes a game, and he closes the game, and he's an offensive threat. So, sure, Kevin Knox comes off the bench, but if it comes to a situation where he's having a good game, he can close the game, like I said, at the 4. Mind you, then maybe somebody's going to have to go to the bench. Be it RJ or
and then
Zion.
you're stunting someone else's growth. Is what I'm.
How is that stunting the growth? They started,
but you don't finish because
put
you
KD
have
as the
that
point.
same,
I don't want him at the point. No, thank you.
Hell no.
I put Zion at the point before KD. Good to you.
Because that's essentially what was happening with Lonzo, starting but not finishing the games. Do you see what I'm saying?
But look who. But my main problem, look, yes, but it's different in the sense of this. Lonzo's not finishing games because Rondo's finishing the game, compared to Lonzo not finishing the game because Kyrie finished the game for him. That's a different conversation.
Okay.
So that's why it's more frustrating when Lonzo's not finishing the game because of a Rondo who's not doing that much more than what Lonzo would potentially be doing, compared to like a Kyrie closing the game. It's like, well, I mean, that's Kyrie Irving. Yes, it's stunning his growth either way. You're right on that front, but you can't tell me it's more frustrating that Rondo's closing the game over Lonzo Ball than Kyrie Irving.
Oh, absolutely. But that goes for any player. Like their mentality, you know, when you grow up just saying, "Oh, you're the best player," this blah 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 blah, for your entire life, you get to the NBA. And you don't hear that anymore, and you start riding the bench at the end of the quarters. Like, what does that do to your psyche? What would that do to you personally? You know, and I think that if you do something like that, where you overpay a Middleton, you're gonna have to overpay.
I don't think so. I really don't think you'd have to overpay him.
We talked about this.
I don't think so though.
He's those B players where they're like, oh,
I think you can get him for an 18 for 3 years. I think you could. I honestly think you could. But let's be real. Middleton's not leaving the Bucks. It's a pipe dream. Middleton ain't leaving the Bucks.
Right.
Giannis will not let. Giannis going to be on every plane in every meeting that he goes to with every team that he meets with. Giannis going to be outside waiting. He going to be Suge Knight to Chris Middleton being Tupac.
Facts.
He going to be at every. So I don't think he's leaving anyways. I guess Chris Middleton. I'm thinking about it now. I think Chris Middleton is more my plan B, because I think he wouldn't be a max guy, but we'd still be bringing on an all-star, and he could be a good help to the team. That's the worst case scenario. I think that's what it was. I think you're right. Both together, I don't think I'm doing that. I think I'd rather have Kevin Durant, and if we don't get Kyrie, then we just leave it at Kevin Durant and then just fill in the other spots. Like, don't get a Kemba, get Kevin Durant, and then whoever we draft, and then after that, then just fill in the holes that we need for the rest of the roster.
I forget. You said you wouldn't want to bring in Kemba, right?
I don't want. I mean, I'd rather have Dennis Smith Jr. than Kemba. That's crazy. I know that's crazy. That's very crazy. It's just. Kemba to me, and I love Kemba Walker's game. He could arguably be a shorter, light version of Kyrie Irving. I could give you that, but I don't know. I'm contradicting myself. Like I said, I need to get into that mindset of thinking about, you know, free agency and all that stuff. But as of right now, if we don't get Kyrie Irving, here's what it is. I just feel like Kemba Walker is going to be a guy that we're going to, like you were saying about Chris Middleton, I feel like Kemba Walker is going to be a guy that's going to be overpaid. I just don't want to overpay Kemba Walker.
Yeah, I could see that. I could see.
But if Kemba Walker's, I'll give him a 20. I'll give him 20.
He'll get a contract that he deserves 2 years ago instead of what he deserves.
That is what I was trying to search for. Those are the words. Yes, he's going to get a 2015, 2016 contract. here in 2020, 2019, 2020. Mm-hmm. Mind you, yes, he was an all-star the last 2 years. I get it. But at the same time, like, those years where he could be that game changer or that you know, I don't know. I don't know. It's just such a mystery for me with Kemba Walker.
Yeah.
But Kemba would be more expensive than Milton. Yes, there you go. That's what I said. It took me forever to get it out. Kemba Walker can ball. He may be a Lou Williams at the end of his career. Yeah, I can see that too. Anyways, we went on a tangent about free agency, and it is time for us to end our stream, our show. That was a good show. We're definitely going to be, when free agency comes about, we're going to be definitely talking about that heavy. Right now, it's just all hypotheticals. We have to even get to playoffs, so we don't even know.
Since both of our teams are, you know,
missing playoffs. Well,
yep.
There's still hope for you, bro. I don't think it's crazy yet. I mean, y'all keep losing to these bad teams and we'll talk. But then right now, I'll give you the benefit of the doubt.
I don't think we got any more bad teams. I think we got all playoff teams. So, you know, GG, boys.
Well, I mean, look, man, you guys played against Milwaukee. And that the positive you should take away from that is that you guys rose to the occasion. You didn't close, but at least you rose to the occasion for the majority of the game. So you never know. We can make the playoffs. So Dale, we cannot. Dale, I need you to go and take a nap and come back and let me know that we can make the playoffs and try again. 30-game winning streak incoming. I don't even think we have 30 games left. But anyways, yeah, this is the end of the show, end of the pod, end of the stream. As we always do every week, Brandon gives us some words to go into the week. Are you prepared for us, or you're not ready?
I'm prepared.
Look at this man. Look at this man. He is ready to go. Hold on. Let me get you that. Let me get you music. Oh God.
Oh God.
And whenever you're ready, brother.
So, let me try and put this into simpler words instead of something complex.
Send us off, man, with some words of positivity for the week, bro. Shout out to 44, by the way. Good stream today, guys.
Yes, appreciate you guys. So I get no, because like it's I'm trying to make sure I don't sound stupid. This week, I don't know. I have been telling you guys I've been going on a job interviews and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And this past week, I didn't get any phone calls back. I made phone calls out, and to put it short, I did feel some type of way. I have felt like, you know, you go through 4 interviews at the same place and you don't hear anything back. You're just like, well, did I just waste my time? And, you know, so on and so forth. Basically is what I'm saying is don't be discouraged because, you know, you're underqualified or overqualified for whatever opportunities coming your way. I run into this issue a lot. Chris can atone to this. What happened?
Just chat. Keep going. The chat gassing you up. Just keep going. You're doing great.
Chris can atone to this. Like when my first couple videos came out, I was maybe getting 30 views, 20 views, if that. And I was telling Chris, I was like, man, like nobody's really watching my stuff. Why am I still doing this? And this is when I was still JB mentality.
Yeah.
And Chris kept on telling me, you know, at least it's out there. Keep putting in the work because you're going to go back years from now and you're going to be like, man, I'm happy I went through this stuff. So now that, you know, I have a better mindset and, you know, you're grittier. You have some backbone to you because then you're not breaking down so easily. So my thing is, through adversity, through, you know, tough times, through something that you don't have the utmost faith in working out, push through it, persevere.
Facts.
Because when I didn't get those phone calls throughout this week, I did feel some type of way, but it didn't stop me from calling the next company saying, hey, like, you know, I would like to have an interview, or I would like to put in my resume for an opportunity, so on and so forth. Which reminds me, I still got to call Daniel and see if they're
hiring.
Yeah. So perseverance is key on whatever it is.
Patience and persistence too. Yeah, all the P's, triple P's, baby. LeVar Ball or Brandon Ball. But yeah, 100%, man. And a lighter form of that to piggyback. There's always a positive at the end of a string of negativities or bad news or bad days. There's always positive at the end of that. For those who know me, my motto is stay positive. And that is another case of that. And Brandon, you'll be all right, man. Everybody too, man. Just push for what you want to do. It's going to be good, man. All the P's, persistence, positivity, and patience, my brother. And on that note, we go off. As always, as I say at the end of every show, subscribe to the channel, subscribe to the homie Brandon. His card is up here on that side somewhere. He is doing episode 3 of his show tomorrow on his channel. Subscribe and check it out. I'll be in the chat.
It'll be going live at 6 o'clock, y'all. Be there or be square.
There it is. That is 9 p.m. for my Eastern folks. Delano's been in the last few. MH has showed up. A lot of y'all coming through, man. Coast to Coast family go through over there. But anyways, on that note, we had a fun show, man. We went over. That's how you know the show. And the thing, I was talking to Brandon about this, about bumping the show down. We probably still will, but today happened, and like I said, this is gonna happen some nights. But y'all be blessed. New video coming Tuesday, not tomorrow, Tuesday. And stream on Brandon's channel tomorrow. Much love to y'all. We out of here.
Peace.
Brandon for president. KD to NY, like ID to... Okay, Dale, get out.
Clay,
Dale.
Hashtag Clay to LA.
Okay, enough, everybody. Goodbye. No, goodbye. I'm done with you guys.